My plan was to be using diplomatic approach to take gold from Africa and, as a gold merchant, import it to Dubai, make my earn and enjoy life, because I assumed that Nigeria was bad. But on my arrival, even though everything was going on, I registered about 4 companies in that country. I became a member of Dubai Chamber of Commerce, and life was going on well. But on my encounter with these Nigerian youths, my joy was cut short. I just imagine myself eating where people are very hungry. So the best thing I can do is to take personal responsibility. Without being sent, I sent myself. I took a decision on my own, and I decided to create an impact, add value to the society without being cold. And I'm not using public funds. I'm using my personal sweat to ensure that I add value to my society. And I vow in my heart that I cannot leave you the same as I met you. I also vow in my heart that I must leave my footprint on the sand of time. I cannot leave this world the same way I met it. And that is why today I am so happy, because God has helped me to create something that can add value, not only to Nigeria, but to Africa as a continent. And I want to let you know that we have independence in Nigeria. We have independence in other countries have independence. But do we truly have the independence? We have independence in quote, but not in reality. We are still depending on other countries for survival. We rush to borrow. We rush to seek help at any given time in security, in economy, and any aspect of life. So if we decided to take personal responsibility, you will discover that we have all it takes to make Nigeria great, as I have been aspiring. Today, by the grace of God, it's the same way I took personal responsibility to add value. I decided to inject the same spirit in young people. Instead of you waiting for government to help you, you go and help government. Instead of waiting for them to employ you, you employ them. So the only thing that can help this achieve is for everybody to know how to utilize what he or she has. And as I check around, I discovered that people are so much concerned about having a phone. Somebody can borrow money to have a phone. And in my own life, I created a slogan that says, doing the impossible, using the available. So if I want to do the impossible, using the available, and I've been doing so, what can I do to the young people so that they can do the impossible using the available? So the available I see is their phone. Every young man wants to have a big phone. Every young man wants to have a good phone. So but that phone, what is that phone giving you money? If that phone adding problem to you or is solving a problem, for that purpose, I want to teach young people to do the impossible. The impossible is coming out of poverty. And what are they going to use to do that? Is to use the available. And the available is what? Their mouth. The available is what? Their phone. So I created a platform where I will load young Nigerians and young Africans $2,000 worth of ZUGACOIN in their phone. So by the time they have $2,000 worth of ZUGACOIN, $2,000 worth of ZUGACOIN in their phone, from there I will teach them how they will be able to be getting the currency of their country through $50 per day. If you have $50 per day times 30 days, how many dollars are you going to get? All this thing is going to be achieved through technology. But I want to tell you this. I'm not just going to make you weak by distributing this money on the street. There is something you're going to do. So the $2,000 come with a fee. You will demonstrate interest by giving 1% of that $2,000. So if you cannot get 1% of $2,000, it means you cannot manage $2,000. So at least you should make an attempt of getting 1% of $2,000 in the land that poverty we claim that is in charge. So struggle and get 1% of $2,000. And then you'll be credited with $2,000. And then thereafter, we'll now show you on how you can convert this $2,000 into $50 every day. Not that you can just use this $2,000 one day, because I know some people, when they get that $2,000, they will rush into a beer joint, use fried fish, and then a shewu. Before you know it, less than 2 hours, $2,000 will go away. So after giving you $2,000, I will just show you how to manage the $2,000 and be getting $50 per day, and find a way of how this money will keep growing. Even if you didn't have anyone again, that $2,000 can sustain your life, and you can pay school fees. You cannot be dependent on your parents. You will be able to use the $50 per day, marry a wife, and have a good home.